Good morning, everyone. So I woke up a little earlier today because I have an eye appointment to go to because my vision isn't the best. And you might be like, oh, didn't you go to the eye doctor a month ago? And I did go to a couple months ago, but my vision or the contacts that were at nighttime, so then I have like better vision in the morning. They didn't fit my eyes properly, so I have to get them replaced. He's probably gonna check like how big my pupils are and like how bad my vision is, and then he's gonna probably take like 2 weeks to make those contacts, and then I can finally have my good vision back. So yay. I'm just sad that he works only 2 hours like today, so that's why we have to wake up so early. I'm not excited for that. Anyways, it's almost like time to go, but I'm gonna eat a snack before we go. Why is this face mask in plastic? I got the time completely off. I'm actually not supposed to go now. I still have like maybe an hour or maybe an hour left before I actually leave the house, because I called my mom because normally she calls me before I head out or something, just like a reminder. So I was like, oh, why isn't she calling me? So I called her, right, making sure that's the exact time I should be going out at, just confirming everything just in case I misheard or something. And she was like, oh, you're actually supposed to go at this time, not now. So I guess we are staying home until it's a certain time where I can go, because it's still quite early, if I get there, what am I supposed to do, wander around? That's kind of boring. So we're just gonna stay home until then. I mean, I can cook food, but I'm kind of lazy to cook food. What is there to cook? I told you my mom bought several dragon fruit last vlog, so it's been a couple days. So I wonder if the dragon fruit is ripe now. How should I cut this, guys? I want to attempt to make it a star shape, but I failed, so maybe I'll have better luck this time. I tried my best to make the stars. They kind of failed very miserably. This one's okay, but this one is I don't know what this became. I was just trying to carve it out with a toothpick, but it ultimately failed because it was some of them were too hard to carve out, so it took a chunk of it. And then this one, I don't know what happened to this one. This doesn't even look like a star, guys. What is this? I don't know what's going on today, because first of all, I got the schedule wrong, and then I came out, right, and then I forgot my compass card, the card that I need to take the bus or something. So I had to run back and get my compass card. So I'm so afraid I'm gonna be late for a stupid doctor's appointment. I'm finally home, so I'm gonna tell you what happened at the doctor's appointment. I didn't expect anything to happen. I thought I was just gonna get my eyes checked, and then they're gonna ask me to pay a certain amount of money, which then my mom got me covered. She's gonna pay for me, and then I'm just gonna go home. And I was expecting that much, right? But I was wrong. I first entered the eye doctor, and I was like, there's a lot of people there. There were adults, there were children. I'm pretty sure the adults were accompanying the children to see the eye doctor, check their vision or something. So I was just standing there awkwardly. I was just okay, I'm just gonna scroll my phone until it's my time to do what. And then I went to see the eye doctor, and he was turning the machine. He was turning it for some reason. I've never seen an eye doctor turn the machine, because basically he was turning it so it's very blurry, and then when he turns it, it becomes more vivid and more detailed and stuff. Turning the machine took quite a while because he was just turning several times. It was each eye had, I think he did it 4 times or something. Anyways, I feel the eye doctor got lobotomized or something, because he was like, oh, why'd you stop wearing those contacts? And I was you told me not. I didn't say that. I was just oh, it's because those my vision isn't the best, and those contacts don't fit me properly, and they're a little too big. Basically what he said to me a month ago. I literally repeated the same words. And then he went to check his little whatever he wrote down. He's that makes sense. And then he went to check everything out, and then he told me oh, those ladies outside are gonna help me use a different machine so then they can check my vision and stuff. And he was walking out with me, and then he saw one of the receptionist ladies, and she was at the wrong machine, and he was oh, just he was like kind of upset about it. He's like, oh, you don't know what you're doing? I'll do it. And then he just like took over. She walked away and he like took over doing the machine and whatever. And he just like checked my eyes. Afterwards, he just like, I don't know if he said follow me or not. I'm not sure what he said. I was so confused. So I walked back to where everyone was sitting before the appointment. I just sat down there because I was like, what's gonna happen next? And then the receptionist lady that didn't know what she was doing, according to the doctor, she would like follow me, and then she went to check my eyes on a different machine. And I don't think she did a really good job, but I didn't really want to rub salt in the wound because she was like kind of in a bad mood from what I'm feeling, you know, because she was like not being as thorough as she used to be. She was like, oh, don't blink, and I blinked several times, and she's like still didn't retake it, so I thought that was really weird. And okay, so I was just sitting there waiting. I don't know what was gonna happen because after she did that, she just like gave the paper to the doctor, and then the doctor was like, close the door, and they both walked into this door. And then I don't know if they think I'm deaf or something. I know I have bad vision, but my hearing is quite decent. And I just hear the doctor basically scolding the receptionist or whatever, the lady, saying how they don't have like the right machines for everything, and how his left arm hurts because he was like turning the machine or something, and there's like, it takes so long while he can do it with like other machines way quicker. So why don't you guys have those machines? That's basically what he was saying. And I was just over here just like awkwardly sitting here like, okay guys, like what am I supposed to do? Am I just like sitting here? What's going on? And then I feel like after everything, I went back to sitting down at like where everyone was before like going to your appointment. That's where I sat down at afterwards. And then the two receptionist ladies, they were just being like, they were shooing me out. I was like, what's going on? She was like, they're like, everything's done. You can go home now or something. And I was just like, I'm just gonna call my mom and tell her like, you know, when like how to pay or like when to pay or like something like that. Just like telling her like to pay the money so I can get like my new contacts and stuff. And they were just like, yeah, like they were basically shooing me out. I was like, what's okay? Like I've never felt so hostile before in that environment. They were just like, shoo. That's how I felt. I felt they were like, you know, flicking me away, like not welcoming service or something. I was just like, wait, let me call my mother and then I'll leave. Like, calm down, everyone. But that was basically it. That was my interaction. I don't know what was going on in that place. All I know is that I feel like this doctor is way competent than the other eye doctor I had before, because there's an eye doctor that left and then that doctor took over her place. And I feel like he's way confident because I've never had my vision felt so sharp before with that machine. So yeah. I'm bored, so I decided that I'm gonna decorate my journal. I printed out more of these papers yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And I'm just gonna use it to decorate it. I think this isn't gonna be enough to cover the whole entire journal though. Do you think it's gonna be enough?